Disgraced former Cleveland Browns head coach Hugh Jackson did his best to hop on board the victim train with his buddy Brian Flores to say, it's not okay, I've been subject to racial discrimination as a coach as well. And then he tried to say that the Browns incentivized him to lose games, that they would pay him $100,000 to lose games. And a lot of people called BS on that. Of course, I'm sure the Browns were okay with losing a lot of games and tanking. We see that in professional sports. But what Hugh Jackson said took it to a completely different level, and now the NFL has just called him out over it. NFL could not substantiate Hugh Jackson's tanking allegations, as NFL investigation into claims that former Browns coach Hugh Jackson was directed to lose football games intentionally has concluded after league investigators found no evidence to support the charge. Adam Schefter tweets this out. The independent review by Mary Jo White and the Debevoise law firm into allegations by former Browns coach Hugh Jackson has concluded, per source, the allegations could not be substantiated. And let's go ahead and look at this entire thing right here. Following a 60-day independent review into comments made by former Cleveland Brown head coach that he was paid or otherwise incentivized to lose games, former attorney and SEC chair Mary Jo White and a team of lawyers determined none of the allegations could be substantiated. The investigation found no evidence to suggest the Browns' 4-year plan or the club's ownership or football personnel sought to lose or incentivize losses and made no decisions deliberately to weaken the team. And the reason that this happened is because Hugh Jackson, when he got on board Brian Flores' lawsuit to be a fake victim, even though he's had plenty of opportunities, though he deserved none of them, Hugh Jackson said, I got paid $100,000 to lose each game. And people said, well, that's weird because you lost like 30-something games. That's over $3 million. You're telling me Jimmy Haslam gave you $3 million? He's like, well, maybe it wasn't $100,000, but it was a lot of money. No one can find any evidence of any kind, and he's getting roasted now. We've investigated the situation thoroughly and concluded the Browns and Hugh Jackson just sucked. Breaking news, after a complete shock to nobody, the NFL has concluded Hugh Jackson was more than incompetent enough to lead a team to 0 wins in 365 days. And it just goes on and on and on, and no one could really take this seriously. Interesting to note that Hugh Jackson refused to speak to them. He refused to speak to this investigation team. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird that Hugh Jackson would not talk to them even though he's the one making these allegations? It's almost like he's full of shit. It's almost like Hugh Jackson is a complete embarrassment. It was trying to play the race card to make it look like he's not as shitty a coach as he actually is. Fuck Hugh Jackson and people like him, Brian Flores, all these people, they want to get together as soon as they get fired or don't get the treatment that they want and say, well, even though this happens to coaches all the time, it must be because I'm black. That is absolute and complete garbage. And now the NFL is coming out and saying, you know what? It looks like Hugh Jackson was lying. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.